Okay, Khalil, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Jeff Bliss is an 18-year-old sophomore at Duncanville High School. He's an 18-year-old sophomore. Most of us don't recognize the name, but I'm sure if we saw the YouTube video, we would all know who he was as we mentioned him in class the other day. He's a kid with long blonde hair that, stood up to his teacher and spoke a little bit about what he thought his teacher was doing. And after following Andrew, I feel that our things can kind of tie in. The topic of my article covers the impact teachers have on credibility with the student on his or her completion of college. Jeff decided to take his education seriously after he dropped out as a freshman and came back and is now a sophomore, and he's trying really hard to complete his college, and he kind of blames it on an incident that happened whenever he was younger. His teacher wouldn't teach him. He just wasn't a good kid to get along with. So automatically he didn't like teachers. And how to tie this in is, a lot of y'all may think, okay, he was speaking nonsense, some think he was speaking truth. But what I chalk it up as is he didn't see the teacher as a credible source of information to relay to him. So things that can impact this in our day now is ratemyprofessor.com. We all know what that is. That's a site that gives you information about a teacher before you go and sign up for the class. A lot of the times, whenever I quit using it after my junior year, I decided just to go down to the advising office and tell them to sign me up for what I need next. So that site gives insight to students about what a teacher will be like. And with negative comments, teachers or students will see a teacher as not a good person, hard on grading and stuff like that, and it immediately turns a student away from taking their class. And this can also be related back to credibility, because if you don't enjoy your classroom, you're not going to enjoy going to class. So I'm sure that all of us, if we look back in high school, junior high, elementary school, we all had a teacher or a subject that we didn't like. And that might not be that it was the subject. It could have been we didn't like the teacher, and that steered us to not like the subject. So to touch on a personal story, in 8th grade, 4th grade through 7th grade, I was a pretty bad kid in school, in and out of OCS. So in 8th grade, I got my stuff together, and a teacher, Carla Maxwell, at Bowles Junior High, I think you know her, she was just diagnosed with cancer, and she was a big inspiration in my life. She was a teacher who told me that you can go somewhere if you try. So after that, it was the first week of class that she did that to me, and I got all A's all through 8th grade in high school, because a teacher told me that I could get something done. And I enjoyed going to her class. The title of my article was Instructors' Credibility as a Mediator of Instructor Communication and Students' Intent to Persist in College. It was a tongue twister, if I ever completely understand it. So basically what it's saying is, can teachers influence students to make correct decisions when it comes to education? From personal experience, yes. I complete college in December, 21, and I'm way ahead of schedule. The study process that it used, they observed interactions among students and teachers across 3 institutions. They had 570 undergrad students, and they tried to see if nonverbal immediacy, enthusiasm, and homophilia correlated with credibility for a teacher. And things that they did find that led to completion were frequent and meaningful interactions that are instructors that are competent and trustworthy. Those were also stated that they that establishes credibility if the instructor comes off as trustworthy, competent, friendly. The word that I like to use is congenial. And then an explanation of what it resulted in, after the study, it said that enthusiasm and homophilia were mediated by credibility, and ethnicity did not play a role in if a student thought the teacher was credible or not credible. So for the application, analysis, and evaluation, one thing that I'm a strong advocate of is happiness creates productivity. So if we are happy in the classroom, we will be willing to do the work, we'll be willing to come to class, we'll enjoy coming to class. But things that they did say would affect a teacher's credibility was things that were out of the hands of the institution or the instructor, like living situations, home life, pregnancy, and homelessness. So with those things also tying into if credibility can go a long way, then we're only fighting half the battle. If we're only fighting it in the classroom, teachers need to go out and find out more interesting things about their students, get one-on-one personal interactions, and that will in turn promote a kid to finish college. He'll enjoy being in school and will persist. Persistence is key in life.
Hang on, I'll get this right back to you, because if not, I'll lose it. They're little. Why won't it stop? Oh.